everyone. It is me, your host, Cannibalistic Fawn, here with your DM, Hidden Cow. We are waiting for one more person. I went to go get a couple of little last-minute supplies.
What's going on?
I, meanwhile, am totally not doing last-minute campaign prep because that would be horribly unprofessional of me, and no DM is ever caught doing that last minute.
I mean, none whatsoever,
I have
right?
no idea
I'll
what you're
admit.
talking about. Kitty! Pussycat. Oh, come here. Come here. Come. Let me get it. Oh, Tavo, are you jealous? Did you hear me giving the kitty lovin's?
He may have to go OUT.
Huh?
He may have to go OUT.
Well, if you kind of want to do something, chit-chatting or something.
I mean, I'm working on campaign, but sorry, this is a slow start, guys. If anyone's watching, hi. We're probably going to be editing these at some point. Yeah, trim them up a little bit. But we'll see. So,
Trying to be a badass, and I instead of go. I'm just gonna leave. Did Luna take the keys with him?
he might have. Do you have my keys in the room?
I have my keys,
Oh, okay.
so that's why I'm saying.
Hopefully he did. If not, then.
Well, I guess we're gonna go to bed. Let him back in. You should message him real quick. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I should mute my phone.
Yeah, I'd say let's try and start the stream after you get back.
No, it's fine.
Well, I mean, because when people go back to watch this later, we don't want to have just like empty minutes of silence.
I mean, we could put it in the description where to pick it up.
Or we could just kill the stream now.
And I'd have to start the entire process over again.
Okay.
And that would
Can we
take up-
edit them at all, or?
We can edit it later.
Okay, that'll work.
I mean, I can't do anything with it right now.
Oh well, yeah, no, I'm just saying like if as long as after the fact we can like cut out a lot of the.
I mean, yeah, we have 3, 4, we have like 6 episodes of that. That's what you think that you want to do.
I've been thinking about it. I just don't know how to go in there and do it. So.
Yes,
I think Luna might. So maybe seems interesting. Isn't it?
But we're scheduled at 5. So we started at 5.
Yep.
I don't know. Why don't you come over here and join in and have some kind of discussion with him?
I know, right?
Yeah, I know. You should get up and come join him.
Let's see here. Ooh. I think I'll pick this one up later. Anyways. I like this one. Cool. Ha. My double down on my PC. Yeah. I like that. Yeet. Ah. So last time it wasn't last time, but was last time. We leveled our characters, yay!
Yep, everyone gained a level up.
Yay! Kind of cool. And I picked great weapon fighting, which is not necessarily a bad thing since I have a propensity to roll ones quite a bit more often lately. So, I roll unlucky more than I should. So great weapon fighting states there for roll 1 or 2 while holding a great sword, a great axe, a great anything. And if I happen to roll 1 or 2 on damage, I can say, fuck it, do it again. And hope that I do better on the next one. It should statistically improve damage. The key word here being should. If it doesn't, well, screw that. I get to limit my poor life choices over the course of my character. Yay! Oh boy. And 22 hit points, so yay, I live longer. Huzzah. Somewhat longer, I should say. Now I'm going to get paid soon. I mean, in game gold. So I should really decide what my next armor upgrade is going to be, because that's going to be a very interesting decision. I do not need this leather armor anymore, that's for damn sure. So I was thinking just get a breastplate, easy to move in, but no bullshit attached. That'll be a good start, and then we go from there. Well, that's just me, though. Give me this. This dice likes me for some reason. I don't know why. 11. See? It likes me. I mean, I know I'm wasting my luck here, but just demonstrating. 11 again. Ha! That's odd. That's twice in a row on it. Okay. Maybe it doesn't like me so much. But 7, depending on what I do, that's 11 at minimum on attack bonus. So, yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. If I roll persuasion check, that'd be 11 on that. That passed most low grade checks. This dice likes me for some reason. I don't know why. One more. Ooh, another 11. Okay, that's weird. That's weird. I'm making statistically average rolls today. I hope that doesn't come back to bite me later. Whatever. Oh, no. Yeah. That longbow of his got to be clumsy as all shit, though. Wonder if I can get him a heavy crossbow or something. I don't know. We'll find out. Dare I even ask what you're writing? I dare not. It is something diabolical flying for us later, I bet. Oh well.
You'll see.
I'm sure. I'm sure I won't. I'm sure I won't be able to unsee it later. And holy hell. Let's see if I can calm this down a little bit.
guys, wake up. As soon as Linda gets here, I'll go down one minute.
Pretty much.
Sorry.
It's
I wanted to
okay.
make sure we started the stream on time, even though we weren't quite ready to. Let's see what our comment section looks like. We have no comments. Wow. Oof, I need to eat a little bit more. I'm feeling woozy.
He said he just got back in.
Okay. You should send them the upgrades they said they wanted. Or the level ups they said they wanted.
Huh?
You should send two of them the level ups they said they wanted message.
Oh, yeah. Alright, well, give me a sec.
I'm moving it him in.
Alright.
Go. Oh my god, you just showed. Ah! Some golden snake ice. Meow. Oh shoot. I might have got my past perception wrong. It's just my wisdom score, right?
Passive perception is your wisdom, it's your perception score.
So basically it's just
It's 8 plus your perception, essentially.
8 plus 1, it's 9. Oh, I got it so wrong.
Oh, God.
Oh dear Lord.
This is why you have the
I
assassin.
need to improve that badly.
This is why you have the assassin.
What?
This is why you have the assassin.
Yeah.
18 passive perception.
18?
So paranoia gets you.
What the fuck? 18? How is that even possible?
He has a wisdom of +2, which goes into his perception. And then he also gets his proficiency bonus twice, because he's expertise in perception. So he has a +8 to his perception. Oh, it's 10 plus your perception, my bad. Not 8.
It's
10
11
plus.
still, something like
11.
that. I thought it was low. Shit, that's low. But 11 is like on average. Now, whatever. I still need to improve that. Bullshit. Fortunately, there's something called, I think, Prodigy that literally lets me get. It's not exactly a rogue's perception because it's a rogue's expertise. Because a rogue's expertise evolves as they level. But I get some kind of expertise on something I pick if I pick Prodigy. So
Motherfuckers.
we ready. I'm ready.
I'm ready. I'm almost ready.
Tabo.
ST.
The much.
That's it.
Oh god.
Yeah. Gary.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get no cheese just in case. And I'm not gonna lie, I was lost as fuck looking for the
I know, they have a weird ass place. Right at the fucking beginning.
yeah. I was like, you would think it would be with the condiments
Or something like that. Or the baking goods.
or the baking, yeah, something, you know, where it's like used
But it's with like the chocolate, it's like on the opposite of the chocolate syrup.
with
With the bread and the peanut butter.
Oh, no, it was next to the, actually right there where the, oatmeal cream pies are called hostess stuff.
Is that how you found them?
Yeah. I was like, no fucking way, it's right here. I gave up on looking for it, I'm not gonna lie. I was like walking around for like 15 minutes. I couldn't find the honey.
You could have asked me.
I didn't know. I was like, fuck. I probably.
We were just sold you to the cooler section.
Huh?
It's in the cooler section.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I didn't realize. I probably just looked like this stoned fucking Mexican dude walking around, like, just like
So like
super
half the
baked.
guys in food match?
Huh?
So like half the guys in food match?
Yeah, exactly. Just fucking completely baked.
Hey,
right? I
big
didn't realize
fella,
I was
what's
walking.
up? Hey, big fella. Come here. Come here. There you go.
Get over here.
Big ol' kitty.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Big ol' kitty.
That's gonna be so good.
Oh yeah! Let's
Big
do
ol'
this! Let's start this shit! Oh yeah!
Let's go.
Ignore the sandwich.
There you go.
I feel my blood sugar plummeting.
Yo, yeet. Let's get rid of this.
This is like,
You want to nip on me? I swear it's adorable how cats just reach up a little bit, so like gently, just nip. It's adorable.
Baxter and Oliver have both gotten me with the belly trap. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you have. You both got me with the belly trap.
Baxter does enjoy the company of people.
Now what?
What, you want more? Yeah, you want more?
Hey,
Kristen?
big guy.
My big kitty cat.
And you said you might have.
Oh, hey,
have
actually,
what?
here, hold on. Let me send the link to my brother because he said he wanted to watch it.
That'll go right there.
He's like, they're really, him and his friends play Risk really often.
Oh!
So it's like, kind of, you know,
So awesome.
it's the beginnings of being interested in D&D stuff. And that he's been asking me about it. He goes, is it fun? Like, do you really enjoy it, like, when you're there? And I'm like, yeah, it's fucking great. He's like, I don't know, me and my friends have been talking about it, but we haven't really, like, thought of much into it. And he's like, you really should. Like, if you guys are gonna play, just really fucking just do it.
Oh yeah. So disclaimer, this episode might get a little graphic.
It will absolutely get a lot of crap.
Yeah, this episode's gonna get a little graphic, so
Hello?
Actually,
Were your ears ringing? What's up? I haven't
We're
been
gonna
trying to
take
start
that off
D&D
for a
because we
second,
had to
so I
cancel
have
yesterday. Huh? Oh, no, yeah, I'm gonna start D&D. I was actually literally just telling them I was gonna send you the link so you can see it. Well, what do you... Okay. Well, yeah, I'll send you the link so you can...
Yes, there are trash cookies, you fucking animal.
Alright, later, bro.
Luna, can I have a trash cookie?
Of course.
Awesome.
Why would I deny anybody one of the
Shit!
greatest cookies of all fucking time?
Shit!
Right?
Shit!
That is the backbone of our country, goddammit. We will enjoy the trash cookies.
You don't like those
Garbage!
cookies. You don't like those cookies now.
But they're such good garbage.
You don't like those cookies, goddammit.
Garbage!
It's so amazing, even if they look like Play-Doh.
I know, right?
They look exactly like Play-Doh!
That's the point of
That's
it.
the
And they're so
part.
great. Look at that.
You see that?
Oh.
It's like a 5-year-old made that.
Disgusting. Fucking disgusting.
Ugh. Why would you put that trash in your mouth? Look at it! Look at it!
Shame.
But why? Just look, okay?
Why wouldn't you? All right, because you have those things called standard.
I threw mine away a long time ago.
You had them to begin with?
Wait, we had those?
Excuse me?
Pardon me.
Huh.
I should put a cash note on that. Get adulting. Let's go do podiums now.
Isn't that a great taker?
Yeah, seriously. I'm just done. Okay?
It's not adulting.
All right.
Work,
I need
work's
a
over, okay?
D20 like last time?
Yeah.
There's the D20s and stuff.
Work's over, okay? I'm done adulting for now. I got my paycheck. Fuck
Sleep
off.
beer afternoon.
Don't be looking at my dice!
I'm not. I promise I'm not.
Is that whose specific die is these?
I've been using these two. But
I mean, they suit him.
I'll use the red.
I'm not sure.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, everything's on fire at that one warehouse or whatever.
Oh, well, let me.
That.
That's on fire, but we're away from all that.
Yeah, for now. For the moment.
Got that.
No,
Got that.
other things have happened thus far. Things.
Stuff. Right.
Incidences.
Incidences.
Incidences?
Yes.
So the plural of incidents.
Incidences. Various things of note have occurred since the time we burned that place, or we participated in burning that place.
Oh, fuck, have we healed?
We
I
have,
haven't
yeah.
leveled yet.
We
actually.
can assume.
Yeah,
we've rested
you
and healed.
guys, I'm gonna say you rested.
We
Yeah.
can assume
Yeah, we
we've
got a
rested.
long rest.
Hold on,
Okay,
hold on.
good, because I was at like 8.
Oh my!
Yeah, you guys got home late, and you pretty much just left Kruger to do his thing while you guys slept.
fucking pass out like.
I mean,
no,
I
thank you.
just had a point.
Just add the archery fighting style, and you wanted animal friendship for spell, right?
Yeah.
Because that'd be one, and then just look
Give me a
through.
second, now I gotta pull this shit back.
Yeah, look
No,
through that
great.
while I give the introduction.
Oh.
Actually, listen to the introduction because it's important.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
Oh, okay.
I'm listening.
Don't worry about it.
Last we left our heroes, they had captured the halfling thief, Glug, on the behest of Duras Koreth, a Waterhaven noble acting on behalf of the lords of Waterdeep. They decided, however, to have the assassin Kruer Font press him for information before turning him over, squeezing out anything that could help them track down the noble and his companions. Several hours passed as Kruer worked his vicious magic. Kai barely lasted an hour, and Morn left a couple of hours after him. Muffled cries from the halfling echoed into the adjacent halls throughout the entire harrowing experience. Finally, after 5 hours of continuous torture, Kruer beckons everyone into the chamber.
Right. Here we go. So
Just gonna make myself a fresh cup of tea.
just
Calm my nerves.
I mean,
Just a little bit.
I don't see what makes everyone nervous.
Perfect. Great. Fantastic.
right.
Are you ready to get the answers?
Let's bloody get this over with.
Indeed.
So you follow him into the dungeons?
I mean,
Yep.
there's only one way to get the goddamn answers, and it's forward. I don't like it, but I'll do it.
As you all enter, the halfling before you barely resembles the glug that was brought into the room hours ago.
Dear
His
God.
thumbs, middle fingers, and the pinky of his left hand have been twisted into unnatural, unpleasant angles, and only his pinky toes still retained their nails, the rest having been plied off and placed next to his feet. Salty sweat drips into several jagged cuts and numerous fresh burns along his arms and chest, further irritating the open, blistering wounds. He lifts his head, trying to look ahead with one tired eye, his left swollen and beaten past the point of ever completely working again. He's finally ready to talk. Aren't you, Glug? He nods vigorously.
Can he?
That's a good question, Kenny.
Reasonably well.
Right.
I left his vocal cords and tongue untouched.
For now.
This is your forte.
Kruer looks over to Glug, who immediately begins to start stammering. I don't know where the noble is, but I know where his witch is. She stays in an abandoned temple of the Thander, 15 or 20 miles north on the high road in southern Sorn Mountains. I followed her there once. It didn't go inside. I got a bad feeling from it.
Of course, all these abandoned places have a bad feeling from it, especially when something vile enters it to live again. Right.
Trust me, if he knew any more than that, he would be sharing.
Trust me, we try to get hopefully in one piece. I'd prefer to get paid.
He's alive. That
Okay?
was the contract.
That's all I want to hear.
Am I
He's
correct
alive
with
for
that?
the moment.
This information is the best lead we've had.
Then we take it.
Better yet, it's ours first, so we can act on it before the Waterdeep forces can ruin our chances.
And if this leads us to our target, so much the better. I don't like this noble the more I hear about it.
As much as I'd like to help our friend, I think this definitely takes precedence at the moment.
Well, we have time. He's not going to be by to fetch for Glug anytime soon.
Which means we
We have
can
another day at least.
Which means we can prepare for whatever this is.
You should take this lead before they get involved. The more hands in the pot, the harder this will be. Perhaps we should move the conversation away from my gesture to Glug.
That'd be great.
He walks out.
Well, do we have any idea where this actually might be?
I can tell the location. It's likely a monastery, which means that there will be trail markers leading up to it.
Have there been any rumors about anything foul in that area?
Not that I've heard. Doesn't sound like it was abandoned until too long ago.
Well,
At least according to Glove.
I'm gonna go ahead and can I roll a knowledge? I don't know. What would it be to remember this absolute freaking?
That'd be religion.
Okay, there's a there's a escape rope of a kind.
Oh, of the witch.
Yeah.
That would be a general renown check. So that'd be an intelligence.
Ouch.
Oh,
Ouch.
dare we even?
Yeah, we're just not even gonna address that. It's a
Oof.
5.
Yeah. The name doesn't ring any bells. But you do recall the image, and Slade definitely remembers her.
Well, as far as we know, she is the closest thing to him. Every time he decides to pop his way out, she shows up.
Which means if she's out of the picture, he has nowhere to, or at least less places to run, and less ways.
And she
Not
would know the last
same.
place. She might know the last place he was.
At the same time, we need to be careful. She's a spellcaster that he keeps close by his side. That's not someone to take lightly.
They never are they?
Well, I'm
See,
not
that-
completely.
Words are an assassin's least favorite thing.
Right.
And I really am not much of a spellcaster myself.
I mean, you got a few tricks, but
I have a couple of things where also we might be able to use against her.
if those don't work, I can always hit her really, really hard, and that tends to solve problems somewhat.
Regardless, but we have the upper hand in numbers.
Hopefully. We don't know what's in the temple. But
We don't know what that last page was.
this is our best bet. We're in a better position than we have been. So far, you're not as bad as the last archer we had. And
I
Don't
don't.
speak foul of the dead.
it's fine. He's sailing around somewhere. Less dead than most I've seen.
For reference, our last archer friend was awful, no reward pants, and ended up getting like completely slaughtered by this ghost pirate captain, and then came back from the dead, possessed his own body, so he kind of became a zombie ghost man.
And every time he ever tried to fire an arrow anywhere near a crower, not only would he miss, but he would miss in the worst way, including at one point when he shot a small child trying to shoot a fey creature.
Right.
So Crewer did not respect this man's archery skills very much.
At all, actually.
When Crewer, meanwhile, would use the bow around him, he would usually end up critting. So Crewer really didn't understand why he was part of the team.
Okay.
I was distraught by the fact that this man never wore pants.
It was
Distraught.
lifestyle choice.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I
You
even
can
keep my
always.
pants on.
You did. You have
That
kept your
is-
pants on.
That is
I mean-
appreciated.
He has kept his pants on. You gotta give him. That's already kind of comeuppance.
He also hasn't shot any children yet, so
I don't know. This one's got the personality that he might just do it for shits and giggles.
Okay, but at least he'll be meaning to.
Right.
And that makes it better?
Yeah.
Look at who you're talking
I'll
to.
put it this way, at least I won't miss.
Right.
When it comes to Crewer, yes, that 100% makes it better. At least he's hitting his fucking target.
Unless it's
I
a
don't
fucking
even want
halfling,
it.
then I'm in.
Unless
Who the
that.
fuck knows?
Yeah, that's kind of fair. 'Cause halflings are tricky.
I fucking love that halfling cut disguise that I've got. I love how useful that comes at random. Here, motherfucker, wear this. Well, I believe that we should definitely take advantage of this lead. Although that last little endeavor did not go quite to plan.
Quite.
So
was
perhaps we
fun.
should scope it out first.
That'd be a great idea, actually.
I feel like shooting people in the knees would be much more fun.
Right. But hey, at least you meant to hit them.
Can we please, for sanity's sake, just agree as a group to follow the plan?
Let
To
the
be
very-
fair, you were the one that broke it.
I did no such thing.
she,
I absolutely did no such
he
thing.
has a point. His friend did
I am
that.
not responsible for what he does.
His friend did that. He didn't.
Friend is a loose.
I'm offended by that, Kai.
You lucky Fidel didn't hear that. He'd go like, "Oh, hello there. Finally we meet."
I don't know, you guys. You don't want to meet him on a personal level. 'Cause he's even worse than when he's going rambunctious.
Right.
But let's make a plan. Now, we've already discussed before some of our skills. As far as those going for actually scoping out the area, the two of you are definitely the better in this area.
It's fair.
I myself am potentially able to sneak in and offer some form of level assistance.
Potentially being the keyword.
Well, I can always just do away with any magic that she's casting.
There
And
is-
perhaps if we catch her off guard, we could completely incapacitate her and not have to even have a fight.
There is that. The faster we deal with this, the better. And I prefer not to have anything happen to her, as she might have information. Again.
Agreed. It is absolutely in our best interest to not let her in any way alert him that we are on their trail.
Which means we need to be fast about this. And still prepared, because if I'm not mistaken,
We should do something to ensure that our unfortunate guest doesn't escape in our absence.
that too.
I can take care of that.
I don't even want to know.
I'm just going to say outright right now that we're not removing any limbs.
Right. That would be a bit much. But otherwise, yeah.
I'm just making that clear.
I can take care of it.
Again, we're not removing any limbs and or tongues.
I still need that.
Right.
But we should ensure that he does not find his way out,
My thoughts exactly.
or that anyone finds their way.
Crower begins walking over to the room.
Just
And again, he breaks his legs.
Oh,
She did not
jeez.
say anything about other bodily
Do you
functions.
do that? Do you do anything to stop him?
Because I'll walk in there myself and probably help him whatever he's doing.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, well, no, I'm concerned about you because you definitely are an instigator. I'm definitely not encouraging this. Any more further damage? I don't. Not, destroy this man's faculties completely. We've already blinded him a little bit. Maybe.
The way this little fuck was talking to us.
Right.
Compared to his original.
That's what 5 hours of torture will do to a person.
Right.
My balls are inside of my throat now. They were seated permanently. You know, man.
We would like to make it known that we do not in any way condone real life torture, but this is a fantasy world where it actually works.
I do not encourage torture, period.
And I would prefer not to participate in it, but if it gets us information, okay.
If he would just talk when I hit him with the fish, it would have been fine.
I mean, you hit him with the. Did you hit him with the fish too? You didn't hit him with the
Yeah,
fish.
you
I hit him
did.
with the full sack to put him down because this little fuck could not get hit.
Facts.
So, do you stop Kruger? Or do you let him go in?
I follow him. I'm going to. It depends on how far he goes. I don't know.
As he walks in, he starts walking over to a hammer.
I also follow him.
Croy, breaking limbs are the same thing as removing.
I beg to differ. If you break it, it can heal. If you remove it, it takes stronger magic.
It's either you let him break his legs or I put an arrow in his knee.
I feel like in the end of the day, that's somehow less damaging.
It's actually more.
That can cause bleeding, and then someone would need to stay with him. I'm sure he doesn't die.
And frankly, no.
Or I can use a
force it.
flaming arrow and it'll cauterize the wound as it enters.
That could cause infection, though.
Just leave some antiseptic on it. We'll be fine.
Just drown him in liquor, he's fine. Just drown him in alcohol.
Just fucking wrap it in alcohol and leave
It's a
him
waste
there.
of antiseptic.
Are you really discussing how best to incapacitate someone in the most brutal way possible?
I'm
No,
not
if it was the
encouraging
most
this
brutal
breaking.
way, we would just cut off his feet.
Well,
We're trying to do it in the least debilitating but most assured way.
Is Chris still conscious? Is he just like
Yeah.
listening to this happen?
Yes! Yes!
Yeah, but I was going like, are we really talking about this?
but we have to understand that breaking can also cause an infection inside of his leg that we have to cut in to get to.
Yes, but that would be that's typically takes far less time to actually start to fester, and by that time he will be someone else's problem.
I don't agree with this.
Neither do
I was thinking maybe tying him up more, or just I don't know if the man's going to be going anywhere.
If someone knows he's here, then they might.
The only thing is, no one that is opposed to us knows he's here yet.
Well, I mean, don't you have your little booby-trapped?
What the?
Yeah, is it his like little training area, like that one little like area he has like completely fucking booby trapped, so only he can get in?
I mean, there's a couple of things left that are on that, yeah, but
Oh, okay. For the weirdo.
Okay.
Booby traps his own fucking workout area. Fuck you.
fine. Kuro goes over and grabs 2 daggers. He walks over to the halfling, takes them, and stabs them into the chair right in front of his head. To where they're crossed over his neck, not touching them. And he leans in really close to Glug's face and goes, "You don't want to know what will happen if when we return, those daggers have moved." That should do it.
Fair enough. Hell, that's how I would have done it. Hell.
Sorry. It's one of those crow moments.
Okay.
Why are you attractive when you're terrifying? Stop it!
Quit.
Stop it! This does not help my arguments.
At all.
I suppose that works.
Right.
What are you looking for? Are you looking for the liquor? The liquor containers. What
Like
cup?
a regular cup?
Just a cup.
Regular.
Should be there in the
Like-
side.
Look up on the sink, honey.
Yeah, I know, but like out of the blue ones.
Mm.
Then look down below. The little coffee mug is technically a Luno cup.
Huh?
Yeah. Or you can use the metal one that's in there. There's one of each of those for us.
The metal? You mean this one?
No, it's not metal. Does that look like metal?
No, what metal? What are you talking about?
Go in the cabinet. Not that cabinet. Not that cabinet. Over. Not that cabinet. It's in that cabinet on the far left. The far left cabinet to the right, second shelf.
Metal. 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 There's only 3 metals.
I have my metal.
No, you have something better than metal.
Yeah, look.
See, now you can jangle it like a man in a jail cell. Wait, well, you didn't break anything, so I can't argue.
Okay.
I
It would be
mean,
very uncomfortable
I
when
still
he has to
feel
use
like
the restroom.
it would
though.
be safer to make sure he's not mobile.
I mean, he has a bunch of fucking swords at his throat. I don't know how mobile he is now.
I'm just saying, on the off chance that this little fuck managed
So Kai's awful. Kai's the one who's like, maybe we should make sure you get out. Wait, I forgot who I was telling this to.
Don't ask me.
Like, I wouldn't trust this little halfling shit. Either way. Whether he's afraid or not, if we're gone for a certain amount of time, he's gonna get the confidence to want to run.
Well then, Kerr will take care of the problem at that point.
But that's no fun. I heard him.
Oh no, then it's all the more fun because then it's an excuse to have another 5-hour session.
Right.
Chasing down this little fucking halfling that I can't fucking hit with the fucking arrow. Yeah, that sounds like a fucking great plan. Put me through that hell again.
Doesn't that sound like a good time?
As you guys leave the room, Cora also locks the door because it is a dungeon.
There's that.
There is that. For the horde. Because the Alliance are a bunch of assholes.
Damn it, if only these monks were copper. Then it was fun. These are cool though.
So,
What, you want to have Moscow mules in my house?
Mm-hmm.
We can do that.
I mean, I can make them. I ain't bad at doing that.
That's my favorite drink, so, I mean, I'm fucking down.
Wouldn't be averse.
I don't think we have the stuff for it.
That pure ass are getting weird. Anyways. Yeah, let's see here.
where's my favorite map? My Sword Coast map, specifically.
Speaking of swords, I'm kind of glad I haven't had to deal with one specific sword.
Right. Cat. Yep, cat. Cat seems to like it. Don't know why.
Because he's an attention whore.
Pretty much, that's a fair excuse, yeah.
Okay, that's not gonna work, because that's the riz is not even funny. So, that is a map of Waterdeep in the Sword Mountains.
Okay.
You want to pass that around? Shows you on the larger map where you are in
Wow.
relation.
Mm-hmm.
The distance between Waterdeep and I believe it's Thornhold is about 200 miles. To give you an idea on distance.
Oh boy.
So
That's gonna be.
that's not where you're going. You're only going about 20 miles north.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But let's say I wanted to branch off and go take care of that camp by myself.
You could. Be a lot riskier. That is the map I showed them.
If none of y'all want to go take on these bastard orcs, I'm going.
The big question is, can you heal yourself, or do you have some kind of support?
I'll take care of it in my own way.
You need to actually come back alive for this. I hope you understand.
I have no holding
will.
you down.
All right, just saying.
Kai has no emotional attachment to this guy whatsoever. He's just like, alright, you kind of just been camping out in my house. It's cold though.
Tell you what, if you come back with more than a slight injury, I am following you next turn. Okay?
Let's see.
At
I'd
least
rather-
try.
I would rather take on the dungeon with numbers. If it's that important to you, would you mind cleaning up an orc encampment real quick? Shouldn't be too hard considering at this point.
Are you sure? Every time we go off on a tangent.
From what it sounds like, it's just south of the city. It'll take us a few extra hours, but then it'll shut him up and we'll have him on our side.
I suppose I should go with him. To
At the very least, a little bit of money from Muse.
I suppose I will go after all. Yeah, if only to keep you alive. You remember what happened last time?
You can't count that halfling fight. That doesn't count.
Yes, I
halfling does
can.
not count.
Life is alive.
Look. The encampment will be there when we get back. This information we have is very, very limited time span. I believe that if we take care of this first, we can take care of the orc encampment just as quickly, but this is a little bit more time sensitive.
You do have a point. We just got this information. The longer we sit on it,
And as soon as someone realizes that he's missing and has that information lost,
then we're going to lose it within seconds.
and she'll be on the move and we'll be back
But
at
if we
square
don't
one.
assault it with numbers, we risk perishing at the hands of a psychotic sorceress.
I can see both sides of this issue, and
I don't believe the encampment is going anywhere anytime soon.
they don't. They
From
do
the
tend
sounds
to,
of it, they're a nuisance, which
They
means that they're
do
still
tend
which means they're probably taking root.
They do tend to stay in one place and dig in. You might have a point. They're not going to go anywhere anytime soon. They want to be annoying, is what they want to be.
If somebody else takes care of this encampment, well, we're gone. I swear to God.
Who else can?
Wouldn't that
the
be in
question.
the best interest of the town at the end of the day?
I will burn this town to the fucking ground.
Real quick.
Right.
You're essentially in the D&D equivalent of New York City. Good luck,
I'll burn the
motherfucker.
whole fucking thing down. I don't give a fuck.
You will die before you
He'll
get
go
3
block by
buildings in.
block. He'll go block by block.
I'll go block by
It'll
block.
be the burning of London, bitch!
Everything down.
Look, Chuck Norris is a badass and all, but he still can't take down 30 armed police officers. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, you can try, but...
Now, Bruce Lee, on the other hand, I mean, he's a god, so.
Right.
You can't take down a level 20 monk.
Facts.
So you guys are going further north along the,
So I think it's safe to say I should probably throw away my fish. Because it's been quite a few days and I've been having that in the...
That's gross.
It's
Yeah.
been two. It's been 2
It's been a
days.
couple days now.
That's
and I think
gross.
that should be
Yeah, you should
addressed.
definitely throw it away.
You know, it might
So,
be
I'm gonna get rid of my
prudent.
fish now.
You can always give it to Nuck.
Sure,
That sounds like
that works.
that sounds like both a better and worse idea.
As you throw
Oh my
the
god!
fish in
Oh my
there,
god! Does he have animal speak, or did it just have animal befriending?
Befriending for right now.
Fuck.
The only spells.
as you throw the fish in there, Nook catches it out of the air head first and just chomps down.
Ugh.
I always wanted to see this thing eat.
As you watch it bite, you realize that it has sharp teeth inside of its mouth and a very human or almost a canine-like mouth
Is it
instead of a
not
horse mouth.
fascinating?
I like this creature.
Fascinating. Shall we?
This is so interesting.
He's acting like a fucking what was it?
Look at this beauty!
Yeah, seriously.
You're goddamn right.
He's acting like a zoologist right now, dude. You're
I
like,
fucking
yeah.
love this creature.
This creature is
amazing.
fascinating. It's got rows of sharp teeth, and all it wants to do is eat every living thing that walks near it. I'm gonna go pet it.
I'm gonna go bed.
I'm gonna name it Nook. Who's a good nookie boy? Who's a good boy?
Oh, I nearly got my arm back.
Oh, Craig!
Obviously.
I can just imagine more than Steve O's voice
Disney!
now.
I still kind of want to make a ranger at some point that is Steve Irwin and just address every single animal like it's the most beautiful creature ever. You see a giraffe on the
That would
horizon.
be amazing.
Oh, that's an amazing creature. One of a kind. Could just level a city in a single day. I'm gonna get closer.
I'm gonna go snuggle the fuck out of it.
I'd have to max charisma.
You
Animal
absolutely
friendship,
have
commune
to.
with animals, max charisma. He's just all about animal loving.
Yeah, dude.
It'd be absolutely useless in a fight aside from having animals around.
But if you get enough animals around. So, all I'm saying is nobody fucks with the guy that has 9 dire wolves.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just big babies. Let's look like this.
Oh, they just wanna play.
Time they want pops. Oh, I know he's chewing on your head like it's a fucking bouncy ball, but it's fine. It's his way of showing the way he loves you. Oh shit, there's bright matter.
Look at that, he's protecting the cubs by annihilating everyone in his path.
Beautiful creature. He's doing what it does best. Eating mankind. One fell swoop. Beautiful.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, I don't think I would need to use animal friendship for knock. Let's be real. I'm gonna keep feeding this fucking thing. I like watching it eat.
We do.
Like,
We do have to leave at some point, but go ahead. Go ahead. Finish what you do.
continue to feed.
I mean, I'm packing my bag. I'm making sure that I got, like, you know, my materials and my stuff. And, oh yeah, I did my daily thing of potions, which is what, 3 more potions?
Yeah. 3 more potions of healing.
Yeah.
Common health potions.
I'm be shopping my weapons, because I might need them. for more than just smacking people around with this time. Yeah, basically.
Crew's laying out a
How
couple
much of this shit can I fit
traps.
into my gloves now, by the way?
Wait, what?
How much of this shit can I fit into my gloves now?
Oh yeah.
Do I have to carry your bag anymore?
Extra.
This is a very legitimate question. Can I just use my gloves?
I'm gonna say at this point, your glove corresponds to about a 5 foot by 5 foot space.
So yeah, I don't need a bag anymore.
I mean, you still need a bag for some stuff, but it's
But
about.
for the most part, I just carry. Oh, okay, yeah, I carry some potions on my belt, but what alchemist doesn't? Everything else just goes in my bag now. Oh, I actually carry a little bit more stuff with me now. Oh, apparently still have a rod of casting of some form, and I have no idea what the fuck it does apparently.
We finna find out, ain't we?
Actually, let's see.
We finna find out.
I apparently have.
I'm gonna say it's a 2 by 2 by 2 foot space, which is still pretty good. It's still 8 cubic feet.
Yeah, that's still more than enough to carry the materials that I need to carry with me.
So you can carry up to 8 cubic feet, or I'm gonna say 50 pounds.
Okay, yeah, that's more than enough. That I just need to carry some alchemic supplies and stuff.
Yeah. Still, but there's
Yeah.
still room to grow. You're not quite at like handy haversack levels yet.
Oh, I don't know how Oros is gonna feel about this. I'm invading his personal space now. I might have an upset mechanical dragon. It's a very serious concern for me right now. I know you guys don't care, but
I mean,
I might have an upset mechanical dragon that I have to come back home to.
I mean,
So, but I'm just gonna leave Oros at home because I'm just gonna start using my fucking gloves to haul shit.
I haven't met the little guy yet, but
So you watch Kai just kind of like, I should leave him, and just hold out his hand, and you see this mechanical bronze dragon just kind of crawl out and look around
and
before flying off.
Fidel just leans forward and goes like, "That is fascinating."
That is something you don't touch.
What a beautiful fucking animal!
I didn't say I'd touch it.
Hey, my beautiful little creature out of the fucking cave from! It crawled out of your fucking hand! What
I
the
just
shit?
watched you do that. There was a fucking metal dragon that just
Yeah, it's
got
just
out
kind of
your
like
goddamn
breathing
glove.
almost like a lighter flame
I didn't
out of
say
its mouth.
I
It
didn't
is so
say I would touch
adorable.
it. I
He
didn't-
actually does a D3 of fire
I
damage.
did not say I would touch it, but I'm saying that is quite interesting, and I'd like to know how that happened. But
That is none
we
of your
got
business.
it.
That is no one's business, no one touch him.
Who
Right.
the fuck cares
Yeah.
what happened? He's a beautiful little bus. Did you see him
He
fly
actually
out?
is, yeah.
He's a little.
that wasn't too bad. I got it. I got to admit that.
I don't
wasn't
like
bad.
this at all. I'm putting it back. I don't like this. Watching me now. Ah!
Stop looking at my dragon, guys!
Oh, so cool.
Stop looking at him. Makes us nervous.
I bet he's sweetie. I bet he's a sweetie. He's probably a sweetie. Okay.
Okay,
With
cool.
him, we could burn down the whole fucking city.
We can try.
He's about it. He's not. No.
All you need is a spark
No.
for a single building. Then he goes to the next, and I can help flame them as he
No!
goes by. And
No!
it'll be great.
Do not encourage him. I am making sure that I have my hypnosphere, my hypnosapphire on me intentionally. I'm intentionally bringing that with me.
Good.
Oh shit, yeah, I have a magic rope. Shit, I need to make a separate thing for fucking.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start doing that. I'm starting to keep actual notes for Kai because one of the things that I have, and it's actually, ironically enough, it's an actual trait for him in D&D, but it also works for me. Legitimately, our flaw is I need to keep notes for everything, or I'm bound to forget.
I'd say put your inventory in the very back of it.
Well, no, because it'll be just the inventory at the time of the mission. Because it won't be the same every time.
Okay.
Oh, this is gonna be so cool the first time I freaking make one of those freaking little bombs. Just pop these things out of my fucking hands. Like, they just appeared out of the void itself.
I'm kidding.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm making sure that I have all my crap.
I
Alright.
think I'm gonna leave most of my stuff aside from my longbow, the arrows, and my 2 short swords.
On that note, this is kind of sort of the part where we're just not being all that
Yeah.
subtle. So I'm going to take some time and switch out my leather armor for the chainmail. And that's going to be quite the improvement on me staying alive long enough to help someone else stay alive, which is my main goal. So I need to recalculate my AC right quick. AC is... I lose my dexterity, but what's the AC on that chainmail? Let's see. What is the AC on that chainmail? I don't have any resources on me right now.
What? You don't know what the AC on your armor is?
I know the AC 11 on my leather armor, but my chainmail I forgot. So yeah, whatever. You know what? That's why I'm fine. I just hope it's charged.
Okay,
Yeah, yes, it is,
okay, I don't even know what that rod of casting does. What is this rod of casting that I have? I got it at some point from something. It was like a treasure we got.
Yeah, it's a, 1 second. AC 16.
Holy shit! All right.
But you have disadvantage on stealth.
We're not being subtle, are we?
I mean,
We're just
you
going in.
No, you're not. These two need to be.
Right.
And I potentially need to be, but like, we absolutely, you need somebody to come in, like, rah, probably, maybe, at some point.
Right. So
We also definitely need somebody to heal us. We all start dying, and I run out of potions, because I'm only bringing 5 today.
and I would prefer to keep myself somewhat alive while I'm doing that. So AC 16, thank God.
In that case, I guess I'll bring my whiskey with me just in case.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I feel like I'm pretty well equipped right now. Should be fine. I'm bringing us a magic rope just in case.
Just in case we gotta go.
Just in case. Hopefully I don't want to use it. Keep trying to save it.
And with the shield, that is a whopping humongous. Holy crap! 18.
Oh, okay. Your rod of casting?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
There
a
you
rod of
go.
the pack keeper. It's an uncommon one, and it gives you a +1 to the saving throws of your warlock spells while you hold it.
Ooh.
+1 to all my saving throws?
So to the saving throw DCs of your spells. So like the DCs that other enemies would roll, that's higher.
Okay, so it's like so it makes it like a DC 11 instead of a DC 12.
No, it makes your spells a DC 13 instead of a DC 12.
Oh, okay, there's my spells a DC 14 then, because I'm a DC 13.
Oh, then yeah.
Okay. Cool. Does it count? Does having it in my bosom holding count as holding it?
No.
Fuck. Alright, well, I want to put it in my thing anyway. So what did you call it?
Rod of the pack keeper. Yeah, no, you actually have to be wielding it for it to have effect.
So we're gonna assume that I figured that out over the time we've had, because I've had that apparently for a minute. Just never asked you that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you had that since like I think I gave that to you in one of the like OG campaigns, like.
I don't think so, but
Or at least it was several sessions.
yeah, that was a couple of years ago for sure.
That's right. I think you guys got that when you first infiltrated the Nobles hideout.
Shit.
I think Gordon gave it to you, but I had it planned out. Like I had planned the treasure, but I think Gordon's the one that gave it to you.
So I got my longsword, my shield just in case, some javelins, my chainmail equipped, and my force pack. Boom, done. Here we go. Ready, set. Fortunately, javelins use my strength, so I get to toss them real far without having
Cool.
to do too much.
That's reasonable, right? It's not overbearing.
Oh, that's fair. So what do you want the rod to look like, by the way?
I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming it looks kind of grotesque, being something for normally for a warlock, which is normally not a good person.
Well, here, let's do it this way. Go into the books. Master's Guide. Don't care about renown right now. Oh yeah, Luna. So, by the way, you should go ahead and copy the renown chart on the top of that. Essentially, that's how I'm going to keep track of how you guys' reputation is. Currently, you can put 1 point in any of those, so long as it corresponds to your background. I would heavily recommend nature. Essentially, it's going to increase your renown amongst druids, fae, that sort of thing. Your total renown, or your common renown, is all of your renown added up and divided by 5. Essentially, it only matters though once you've surpassed a point. So like if you're at a 0.9, you're still not there until you hit like 1.2. Then you have 1 common renown, which essentially means that normal people kind of know who you are.
Okay.
If that makes any sense. If you end up with like 30 common renown, then it's going to start getting hard to walk through a crowd without being accosted by
Right, pretty much.
people. You know. But if you're sitting there walking 1 renown, then people in a crowd might kind of look at you and go, I think I've heard of that guy. I'm not sure.
Bit, I don't know.
Like, at that point, they have a chance of knowing your name. So, Fauna,
I didn't do it.
choose a number from 1 to 4.
Good boy.
3,
3. Alright, now do that again.
2,
2. Alright. Pick a number from 1 to 8.
7.
Dang it. Alright. So yeah, this thing is... You definitely feel like a more negative aura coming off of it.
Oh boy. Oh yay.
What, the building when we started approaching it?
Huh?
When we started approaching the monastery?
No, the pack.
Oh,
The rod. Pick another number from 1 to 4. That's not 2.
4.
4. Alright. Pick a number from 1 to 12.
9.
9. Alright. In your experimentation with it, you have found that whenever you use it, you experience a harmless flash of pain in your hand.
I don't like that.
Mark
This
that
is
down
not-
on the, essentially mark it down as painful and sinister. And pick a number Essentially, 1 or 3.
3.
3. 1 through 20.
17.
17. You also know that you in studying this thing, you found that it floats on water,
Interesting.
and it actually can help you swim a bit.
Interesting.
Probably good because I have -1 in my strength.
So,
So
add,
it's a flotation device.
add
Yay!
waterborne to it. So it is sinister, waterborne, and painful. Gotta love the 5e properties chart. Adds last-minute flavor to your magical items.
Yep.
So, no, that's done. So, is everyone migrating up northward?
Sure looks like it.
All right. 35 each.
I feel like the carriage would be too noticeable coming up.
And since I don't have fine mount yet,
We only have the 2 horses.
correct.
So, if you guys are trying to be stealthy and moving up this road, it's going to take you a day to get there.
We need to be stealthy because we don't want to be alert. We don't want to alert anything. But at the same time, really?
Yeah.
Boy.
I'm not gonna lie, traveling at a normal pace, you'll still get there towards the end of the day.
Considering we have a large paladin and a clumsy scientist, it might be best to take our time.
I'll have you know, I've done most of my traveling by foot. Fuck you.
That's mostly because we didn't have horses.
I was doing that before I met you
Actually,
too.
most of the time we traveled, it's been by ship.
Right then.
That was after I met you.
Just saying.
I'll make
I
him
just like the
attempt.
fact that he's backing me up.
So, what's the plan?
Well, if we do get there at the end of the day, that might prove advantageous, considering it'll be dark.
It's true. You have dark vision. And the only one here that doesn't have dark vision is the human.
Well, to be honest and fair, he's also the only one that isn't quite adept in sneaking.
Which means, just in case you need me to bust in there, I'm the one with the heavy armor. and
Not
healing.
so good at sneaking, very good at hiding.
Well, if the sneaking fails, the hiding is what'll save you.
That's facts.
Well, I guess I'll add a fucking. Add a ration. I'm not stupid. I have something to eat. I have a full day's worth of rations, so we can split that between 4 of us and be pretty content. Cool. Sure. Fuck. God damn it. I hate this. But yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Screw it. Yeah,
Eh.
whatever.
This is what I kept the horses for. But Nugg's way too noticeable. Most horses don't have like an iron muzzle.
Right.
can't help that he's his way. Some beautiful creature can't help that he just wants to destroy the equestrian race.
Face me, for if I die, I go to Valhalla where I can dine on equine meat for the rest of eternity.
Merle.
Marcus Slade's like, I don't know what the fuck this horse is saying, but I love it. Guy's just like, I'm not gonna argue.
Yeah.
I found that fucking horse in a bar.
Okay.
In a basement.
Okay.
To be fair, the bar was the basement. But this horse was in a cage in a bar in a basement.
It was the drunken horse.
Right.
So they had a horse in there.
We left with the horse. The guy was like, I can't sell you this horse. And I'm like, I'll give you a platinum. And he was like, where would you like me to take it for you?
It's like, I'm not going to give you this horse. I'll give you a platinum. It's more to make in a year. Where do you want the horse to go? What, it's yours.
Right.
It's like if someone came by to your 7-Eleven and was like, hey, could I take a soda and just walk out? And you're like, no, you can't. And they're like, I'll give you $10,000. Are you still going to tell them they can't take the soda?
Probably not.
Or are you going to say, you know what? I'm probably not going to make that much work in this job until I give up and quit it. So, fuck it, take the soda. I'm putting in my 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Don't know why you want the soda that bad, but whatever.
I need to soda right quick.
How does Slade feel about this rod, by the way?
He's alright with it. It's a harmless little sting of pain, so, you know, he's not too against that. It's refreshing.
No,
It's okay, Kai, you're into it. Don't fucking deny it.
We all know you are a kinky bitch.
I mean, you might get it from me, but that doesn't change the fact. Cool. So, yeah, are we going?
Yeah. So, you guys travel north. Are you traveling slow or at a normal pace?
I mean, I would imagine we'd be moving at a pretty standard pace.
Trying to sneak.
If we come to a consensus, sneak or no sneak?
So you should sneak.
Alright, so that'd be slow. So,
Ugh. I don't want it.
when do you guys, can I grab the pencil real quick?
but you got it. This ought to be good.
So a simpler way to do the renown system, just so you're aware, is whenever you have 5 total points, you gain 1 common. So if you have 10 total points, you'll have 2 common, etc., etc. It's every 5 total points. Kuro is most well renowned amongst all of you because of criminal activity.
Right.
He has a lot of criminal renown. Comes from a lot of his assassination missions he's done in his off time.
The ones that Kai denies having any knowledge about.
But doesn't deny the money that flows in from them.
Facts.
I mean, it's none of my business what he does in his free time.
You know what, I'm not going to ask why he always has money. I'm just going to accept it and appreciate it. So, you guys get to this time, or I should say, you travel for about 17 hours. At a pretty relaxed pace, making sure to avoid people on the road, stealing off to the sides whenever necessary. And the sun sets pretty well before you've made it to this temple. But as you start winding up the path off of the high road up into the southern Soren Mountains, by the moonlight off in distance, you can clearly see that there is a fairly modest monastery held up on the mountainside, kind of carved into it.
It doesn't look like it has many entrances.
I wish to use a religion check to see if there is an exit.
Absolutely, roll
I'll
it.
try to remember it. 3 plus 3. Nope, no.
You're not familiar
It
with
certainly
this.
doesn't look like it has
It is-
much entrances.
I just rolled a nat 20
Nice!
For what?
for a religion check.
Hey!
Oh yeah, you can definitely tell
So
this is
23.
this is the Church of Lathander. It actually was a monastery that was while there is a Church of Lathander in Waterdeep, this was more for people who wanted to kind of steer clear of the population. Those who just wanted to worship in peace. You remember hearing some stories about a lot of different places similar to this. And a lot of times they would pretty much accept donations just to ensure that their people were fed and taken care of. And outside of that, their days were spent in prayer and meditation and that sort of thing. Studying the ways of their god, learning as much as they could. Many religious texts come from monasteries such as these.
Cool.
So,
Well, fuck.
No, it doesn't look like there are too many entrances.
nope. You do know that typically they are designed with a single entrance.
For tactical
high
purposes,
wall.
of course.
Oh no, it goes into the mountain. Yeah,
Oh,
no.
into
They
it.
they
Okay.
essentially built into the cave
Gotcha.
system.
Like literally
Is there
in the
any-
mountain.
Let's go full blown. Let's go Lord of the Rings with this. Is there any sewage grate? Any way to let water pass in and out?
There isn't, but you do notice that there is a kind of a pond fairly close by. With a wooden shack off to the side of it. It seems like maybe a couple minutes walk from the entrance to the monastery, so.
I think it would be good to check and see.
It'd be a good
where
idea
that
to
water's
scope the
coming
area.
from.
See if there's an entrance into the monastery that isn't the front door.
Alright, so where do you go?
We're gonna go check the. Is the little shack by the lake?
Yes.
I'll probably make sure nobody's sneaky. It's dark, right?
Yeah, it's starting.
It's dark. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and cast one of the shadows. Just it's a cantrip. It's fucking dark. I may as well. I'm just gonna fade into fucking darkness, bitch.
Zoop.
Zoop. Here it goes.
Alright.
I guess we just quietly approach the shack and then see if there's any irrigation grates or sewage grates or anything that lead from where the lake is into the monastery.
As you approach the shack, you see that it is actually very small. Maybe big enough to hold at most 2 people.
I mean, we're only looking for one.
Do you open it up?
I'm actually gonna roll a perception check first before I go opening up random fucking doors.
Because we're not going to be reckless around here.
That's
Thanks,
fine.
but no.
12
Hey!
plus 6.
Hey!
Yeah, 18.
As you approach, you don't hear or see any movement or anything like that, but you do smell a certain foul odor in the
Oh
air.
God, this is probably our destination.
Like foul, like something is dead foul.
It's almost like sulfuric. It's very rotten.
Now that's shit.
It's incredibly unpleasant.
Right.
Mm.
Can you roll a perception check?
Yeah.
To make out the smell.
Oh yeah, you Mr. Goodness.
17. Yeah.
It is feces.
Yep.
Oh,
You're
boy.
smelling
Shit.
raw sewage.
Right. That is the wrong direction.
That is actually exactly what we were looking for.
Okay, I take that back. Right.
So do you open the shack?
No, I'm gonna just assume that that's a fucking outhouse and be done with that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna, yeah, we're just gonna assume it's a fucking outhouse. Just
Right.
move on. Move the
I was
fuck
like,
on.
Sorry, no.
there's a pond with fresh water, and there's a shack next to it. I approach the shack. All right.
Okay.
What do you mean?
It's a minute's walk from the temple. That's how they did their shit back
I'm
then.
thinking of fucking like.
You go to the
Skyrim
outhouse
levels.
right down the way, and you do your business there, and then go back.
For all I know, that was a crabber shack.
I didn't say it was on the ocean. I said it was next to a pond.
Mud crabs are in rivers.
I would like to know what the source of water is for the pond.
Just a natural freshwater pond.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's a fairly rainy area, so it's just pretty much.
But there, monastery might have like some kind of running water system.
Yeah, that's what I was.
So still check around the pond area, see if there's anything that like any other entrances into the monastery.
Yeah. I'm actually saying there's a small stream going into it that kind of trails off back towards the ocean. You guys are pretty cliffside, so. Well, not cliffside all the time, but like the
Oh.
high
20
road is pretty
20
close to the coast. So.
25 for perception to see if there is any other entrances along the waterway into the monastery.
Not that you can really see.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't roll. I
No.
can't roll any better than 25, guys.
There's walls,
I
right?
can only roll a
there's
26
like-
high.
Yeah, it just goes into the
There-
cave.
It's just a straight path into a cave. There's no barriers or anything. aside
There's
from the people
no
walking,
okay,
whatever.
god damn it.
Okay.
There isn't anyone walking.
No, it's
around
just
at
a
all.
simple- Okay.
Okay, well in this case we just have to sneak in as quietly as physically possible. Okay, so plan. There's only one entrance. And there's only one way for them to go in or out. And only one way for us to go in and out.
Which is both a tactical advantage and
And a
a tactical hamper.
disadvantage.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
does one of us stay at the entrance to maintain the...
Do we have items for burning?
You want to
We could
burn a monastery.
We
I
could attempt to smoke
can-
them out.
technically make us a bomb?
Bombs equal noise.
I feel like that
Someone
could
with
destroy
noise.
evidence. I can stay at the front, hold the entrance. I can remain out of sight so that no one will stay alarmed, and if anyone starts trying to barricade, I can deal with the problem.
That's a fair trade-off.
Which leaves me inside to deal with any
If we can
interesting
If we can sneak in and get within range of her, I might be able to put her into a trance. And we may be able to remove her from the cave without an altercation.
And if that fails, I'm here and he's here.
If you
any
need to
answers?
signal for me outside, 3 knocks on the door and a single pound after a pause.
Sounds like a plan. I'm not ruling out the fact that stealth will work, but just in case it doesn't, we got you. Okay?
You can come back and fetch me if need be.
Understood.
Okay. Cool. We're down just so don't fuck that one up.
This ought to be good.
Alright.
Here we go.
Alright. Moving forward. Alright.
I still feel me now.
Well. How good is your sneak?
The last I checked, his is pretty damn good.
Because I have 0. I technically actually have 0 stealth. I can just
I have
go.
4 stealth.
I can technically go invisible. It's just kind of.
Yeah.
As long as there's no lighting, I'm pretty okay.
I don't believe you can attack at all while you go.
No, I can't. If I any movement, it's one of those. Oh yeah, that's right. I can't move when I'm doing that.
Yeah, you're just like, you kind of freeze in place.
Yeah, I just can kind of like stop and go and vanish.
Nope, you just know.
Yeah, it's the, hey! Don't see me, 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 don't
If
see
I
me,
can't
don't
see
see
you, if I can't see you, you can't see me. I can't see you, so you can't see me.
Oh my god, every time I hear that, it goes back to Caboose.
Oh, jeez.
Caboose, what are you doing? They can see you. They can't see me. I can't see them.
Yeah,
That's because you're facing the rock, dipshit. What? Oh.
See, I think of that McDonald's movie. The Ronald McDonald. Do you remember the Ronald McDonald's?
Yeah,
alien movie?
the Hamburglar
Oh.
alien one.
I've never seen that.
It's a fucking.
It was
acid
like
trip.
the Rugrats on cocaine.
Yeah, that's an apt description.
It was the Rugrats on crack.
It actually had a lot
It
of
was
effort
like-
put into the animation.
It was like
Surprisingly,
it was the same. It was like the exact same animator that did like the Rugrats and Rocket Power and all those. So imagine that, but Ronald McDonald characters.
No, thank you.
There was some legit nightmare fuel in those. Not
I
gonna
actually
lie.
really enjoyed those films.
Well, so did I as a kid. That's probably half of why I'm so fucked up. So.
You can see me, I can see him. He sees me. I actually have not taken any alcohol today.
Yeah.
I actually don't think anyone's actually drank yet.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it.
I'm
I already
playing.
know what drink I want to make, so I've just kind of waited for somebody to pull out alcohol.
I'm playing a good boy.
I need a drink.
I'm not
first.
playing Slade today.
I need a drink first, then I'll sneak.
No, okay, it might not be. Oh, yeah, I'm not doing.
That might do it. I'm like, come here. Come here, you.
Try a
over
shot of
here.
it. It's not.
I mean, I do have 3 bottles of whiskey on me already, so
Why not?
that's literally the only provision I brought aside from my arrows and weapons.
Why not?
You wanna- I know you're not the biggest fan of Kraken, right?
I'm not, but I'll drink it.
You want to do a round of shots,
Okay.
everyone?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, why not? I've had
For
Kraken
what?
Well,
before.
that's playing a good boy.
For luck.
For luck.
Everybody takes a shot both
Of
in
Kraken.
game and out of game.
Or actually, I should say, I know I want Luna to try Kraken, but in the spirit of the game, should we have a shot of Kraken or should we have a shot of Water Life?
Save that for the birthday boy.
Yeah.
That was made for his. That was made as a gift.
That's
Busted out.
I'll make another batch of that. It's a super easy thing to make.
It was really good.
I have disadvantage on my stealth rolls, and I only have +1. This ought to be fun.
Right? At least
Nope,
your stealth is
self-
better than mine. I just can go.
Again,
I can
my
actually
point is
move. That's the advantage.
Where's
just
my...
reinforcing the fact that I said you're a clumsy scientist.
So, who wants...
I'm just
Who
saying.
wants to be a hot fucking mess?
I mean, I'm always a hot fucking mess.
Who wants white girl wasted?
Fuck you.
I don't think Paul wants...
I am not gonna be white girl wasted. That is the opposite of my goal.
I guess.
Great, it's a great way to do it. He wants to be high on life.
You know,
I mean, I'm always high on life.
I might swap out.
Yeah, no, this one's way too big. We don't want to wreck people.
Maybe not a double shot, but yeah,
We'd not be down for a double shot.
double shot.
Fallout last time?
Yeah.
And then, of course... Harley.
Yeah.
Gotta go for the Harley.
Yeah. Yeah. So expertise just means
Pass me Faunus.
expertise just means that I take my proficiency bonus and then take it again,
Apply it twice to whatever skill you have expertise in.
which means Prodigy is going to give me one really, really good score in something.
Exactly.
I'm
That's why Kuro is such a stealth specialist.
yep. If I get Prodigy, oh looky, I get expertise in stealth or something else. And I'm like, hey, look at that! I can do cool stuff now.
Alright, who wants chasers?
Depends on what the chaser is.
I'm just doing my diagnostic chasers, but I'm not even going to chase it.
Nah, no chaser. I'll just take it straight. I'll just bust it.
You gonna join us, Luna?
Yeet.
And being weak.
No, and having no chaser.
No chaser.
No.
I'm just pouring a glass
Yeah.
of Mountain Dew because I want Mountain Dew afterwards. Like, not as a chaser, just.
Like, screw it. We'll just have
I'll
drink.
Yes.
I'll get my soda when I'm done.
We'll have drink. I'll tell drink. Shit.
I'm just grabbing it while I'm up because I'm DMing.
Yep.
So I have many
That's
opportunities to get up.
All right.
Slap in the face, but the smell of liquor.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Corona!
Hey.
For
For
coin.
Cody.
Fauna, you know the rest.
For the yeet. Yo.
I don't actually.
Yo.
Fornication!
Yo.
For honor, for glory, fornication!
Yeet.
This is the best cheer ever.
Oh, you guys can't see how
Cheers.
cute the husky is being, but I can see how cute the husky is being. It is fucking adorable.
Double. What you doing, Double?
Adorable.
Come here.
Oh,
Come
big boy.
here. There you go.
Oh,
Oh,
my
you
There
baby.
you
call
go.
down and
Come
that's the
here.
game. It becomes a back.
Woo.
Uh-oh, who's the jelly baby?
All right. All right. That was good.
Kitty, kitty.
Right?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, kitty.
Now it's a point. There you go. Woo. Yeet. There you go. Hey. How'd that feel, man? How'd that feel? Yeah. That's
I
what
fucking told you, Kraken's
That's
great.
pretty good.
Yeah.
You didn't trust me.
That actually helped me get that deep voice going. Yeah, there you go. Now I'm ready. Now we're good.
Alright,
Yes.
so you walk through the door. As you enter the temple, you walk through a hallway. On each side of you are two sets of 2 rooms. 4 rooms in total. They're doorless,
Which means we don't have to make any stupid.
and a foul smell swirls around you from all sides as you pass by them.
This is.
A different smell,
No.
distinct from first. This one smells more rotting.
Oh, see,
Perception
that's...
check on all sides.
I love that you have the tabaxi rolling scent checks. That's a great concept.
16.
11.
It is definitely
plus-
the smell of decay.
Yeah.
11 plus
Like
One.
bodies?
I rolled a 15, so I'm
Like
pretty...
bodies?
13 total.
Ah,
You would have to look into the rooms to know for certain.
I honestly don't give a fuck for rotting corpses. I just kind of want to find the lady.
And yet Fidel goes, this is actually horrid. Whatever happened here, it was recent. God damn it.
You just think
I'm
it's
gonna
bad
have
for
to kill
you.
this bitch. I had a bad feeling about it.
So do you guys
So
have
I'm
your
gonna just do the alchemist thing and pull out my face mask that I already have on me and just like
do you guys have your
fuck
your discords open?
No, I don't. But
I
don't
do
have it
not.
with
Somebody
me,
will have
but
to share my Discord.
Yeah, go to your map.
I don't have
The map section on
I
your
don't
Discord.
have a Discord with me right now. I've got my other.
Lena
phone.
will have to share his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I can get it.
I'm like, I'm not gonna kill her, but she's gonna be lucky if she's not missing a few extra fingers out your ass.
Again, I don't care what happens to her. We just need to find her and get the information.
Correct. This is not my speed.
Dude, can we just talk about how poor Belen was this year? She looks so
I
cool.
know, right? Absolutely criminal. It's criminal.
As you entered the temple, by the way, the temperature took a several degree drop.
Which is even worse. Great.
A small layer of fog seems to coat the floor.
Can I?
Not enough to obscure vision too much, just enough to create a light mist along the ground.
Can I do a perception check to see, or some kind of check to see if there's any kind of like magic in the air here?
Yeah. You can detect magic, right?
I can dispel magic.
Do you not have a cantrip to detect it?
I do not. I have Dispel Magic, and that's a level 3. But then again, I'm a warlock, so I cast everything like it's top notch. I feel like the cool things about being a warlock.
I mean,
I cast it automatically at just its highest level. Fuck you.
I mean,
Did you not? Do you not have an incantation that lets you see magic? I
Nope.
sworn at one point.
Blade Ward, Mage Hand, Eldritch Claw, Wind of Shadows, Hellish Rebuke, Comprehend Languages, Hex, Misty Step, Hypnolock, Dispel Magic, Vampiric Touch.
Okay, fair enough.
So, what
So,
would that be for me to kind of be?
That would just be a perception.
Just a pain of perception?
yeet. No. Oh my.
Yeah, you can't quite tell.
God, my fucking passive perception is better than that.
Jeez.
So, who are we waiting on? Who was
I just smelt it and that was it. That was all we needed.
Fidel? Did you want to go into the rooms at all, or?
Something's not right here.
Did you pull up the map, by the way?
Yeah, I seen it.
Has everyone else seen it?
I have not.
No, I'm not.
You should show it to everyone. You're coming in from the top and going down.
So, again, I don't care for the smell. For one, it might not be something dead. People could be rotting. And they
Facts.
could be alive.
Which is worse.
I am actually gonna like peek into the rooms.
Oh,
And
which
I
one?
want to-
Which one first? Because you have to dictate.
Oh.
I ready my arrows then.
I'm
slowly
gonna kind of
pull out
just
my sword.
instinctually look to the right because I'm blind in my, excuse me, instinctually look to the right because I am blind on that side, so I'm going to check the right side first.
The top right.
No, the side that we're walking in from. Whatever side it is that we're walking
So yeah,
in
so top right.
Yeah.
Or top left there then, yeah.
from. Okay, yeah.
'Cause you're
Whatever
walking
way
in.
we're walking in, I look to
So,
the
yeah.
right of me.
So as you look in, you see several decaying bodies dressed in priest robes, piled unceremoniously on top of each other.
You know, the more I walk into this place, the more I want to hurt this room badly.
And this is exactly why these people don't need these pages.
Facts.
I look to the left of me then.
And
As we're walking.
slowly draw my
As you look to
sword.
the left of you, in there, you see a canine form lying on a pile of bones asleep. It seems almost too large to be a normal dog. And there's a faint smell of brimstone in that room.
Can I roll a perception check to see what kind of animal it is?
That would actually
Do you
be
want better
a
than nature?
knowledge religion.
I'm also gonna
Which
do the
would
same.
be
Okay, well,
yeah.
I'll let you guys do it first because you guys have better stuff.
22.
Okay, there we go.
And
I'm not even gonna worry about it.
10 total.
You would actually know this very well. It is a hellhound.
Oh yeah, I fucking guessed.
Right.
A creature
goes-
from the fiendish plains.
There goes the stealth. What do you want to do?
It's asleep. So it hasn't seen you yet.
Okay.
Yeah, our
maybe
best-
stealth.
Now,
Our best
now,
option is to continue to be very quiet.
Facts.
would
Nice.
a spell
I can deal with
with
him,
animal
but facts.
friendship work on it? Would that be ineffective? No. Okay.
No, I
just
think
wanna
that's-
make
It's
sure
not a
first.
natural creature, it's
Yeah,
a
it's
fiend.
a demonic
Gotcha. Okay, I
creature.
want to make sure.
Hang on. He was from plains?
The lower plains, yes.
I
Hellhounds
could've
are
done
creatures of
that
the
ass
lowest
from
plains.
Okay, cool. You didn't have to do that. I could have done six. Okay, cool. We'll sneak by.
How
I
many
can
spell
take
slots
it.
I have exactly? Pretty sure I have like quite a few.
I don't think so, hon, because one of us don't get any spell slots, remember?
I have like at least 4 or 5.
We'll say 5 for the session, but we need to look at that if you're
Verify
iffy on
that.
it. We'll do that after session, but for now we'll say 5. So, do you look in any more rooms?
I mean, yeah. Now that that's in there, I want to make sure that nothing fucking else is around. So
What's the next room you look into?
I look to the next right room. I'm gonna look on my blind side first, man.
So, as you look in the right, in there, you see two goblin-like fiends eating a small unrecognizable.
Dipstick. You lucky you ain't broken
He
none.
just startled himself.
You
No, not
lucky.
over the cookies.
You lucky you ain't broke none.
Trouble like it was for me now?
It's mine, dude.
Who's mine
Dude,
now?
I call dibs, dude.
Well, we're gonna have to
Dude.
put out the stove before we use it,
I call dibs, dude.
Lovely.
unless we want the smell of burnt sprinkles.
Right.
I mean, it'll be sweet.
Thanks.
Skinny for a little bit.
There's more fucking work to do. Anyways, that's after session.
Yeah, whatever.
So,
That's a waiter gearing problem.
so they don't notice us. Correct?
Not yet.
All right. I'm immediately going to walk to my left. What's the left or right?
In the left.
You don't leave the door open. We're closing the door, right?
They don't
There
have
are
doors.
There are no
There's
doors,
no
which
doors, so we're
is
just
not
walking by.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Quietly.
Jesus fuck. Oh god.
Quietly.
As you look to the left door, the bottom left door, you see one dried corpse chained to the wall, its limbs pulled and stretched apart. An arcane glowing text above it reads, "Lathander's light burns mercilessly."
Who the fuck is Lathander?
Roll knowledge religion.
And why?
15.
Lathander. I'm gonna say you roll with advantage because of your clergy background.
him?
Yeah.
Hey, that's better 12.
12. Okay, so you're both well aware. Lathander is a very popular Faerunian deity. He is the god of the sun, and also known as the Morning Lord.
Whoever wrote that does not believe in Santa. That or they're perversing it.
We say Lathander's light burns eternal.
Merciless.
Burns mercilessly.
And that is not a good sign.
We could be dealing with some very powerful spellcasters. So we
That
just,
or a lunatic. Either
Keep
way,
moving.
this needs to end.
I think it best to leave these four chambers aside and continue on.
Facts.
I wish I could set some kind of trap for these creatures if they try to come after us.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
I don't really have anything because the spell that I would prefer to. The spell that I have only works on humans.
Then we move
Only works on
forward.
people.
If we need
Hope.
to escape, I do have a fog cloud spell.
I have escape rope. So yeah, let's just sneak our way past all these rooms.
Facts. I'm getting a little pissed off with
That
mission.
works.
Okay.
So, you continue. As you continue down the hallway, you find yourself entering a massive chamber. A large raised sundial dominates the center of the room. 4 unlit torches sit on the 4 corners of that room. Circling the image is an inscription. Do you care to read it?
I do read it. Wait, first. Are we fucking alone? Is this room empty?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I just dropped it on your Discord.
It's just a single chamber.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
As you read the inscription reads, "When the sun rises from the north, south, east, and west, the sun shall set."
Riddle.
Wait, what was it?
When the sun rises from the north, south, east, and west, the sun shall set.
Are there torches or anything in this room that are unlit?
There are, in fact. several unlit torches on each four corners of the building.
Ah.
It's a riddle. Interesting.
Okay, so we need to set these torches ablaze.
However, when you approach the torches, there is no kindling in them. They seem more so to resemble torches, but they are permanent fixtures in the walls.
So it's like
More braziers than torches.
We may need to find a special kindling on one of these passages.
What are the chances that
There are, as you can see in the room, several exits leading out of this room.
Oh,
It's true. 3, 4, 5.
Well, we came from, I'm assuming the top.
You came from the north.
Yeah.
We could just go back to that dried husk of a guy. Just use his clothes as kindling. I'm not even joking!
I think it's best not to run the risk of alerting the fiends.
You know, that'd be great.
We don't know what's in these other rooms though.
But we would press on and have the hellhound and 2 fiends fighting us.
I'm gonna roll a perception check. Let's see what's what seems to be the most recently used passage besides the one we just exited.
I will also.
It's a 10.
I got a 16.
Oh! You can tell that they all seem fairly well traveled. Let me see here real quick. There definitely seems to be a lot of a bit more traffic going over to the left room.
I think it's best we go the opposite direction.
Perhaps. That may be the way that we end up going at the end.
Yes, but less foot traffic usually means it's something that they don't touch very often. Considering they probably don't use this passage quite as often.
Which means something like we will leave first. And if it isn't, well, we're gonna prove wrong real quick.
Well,
Clean
If you're looking for the least used passage, that would be the one on the left hand, on the left, southern left.
Can I tell what condition the braziers are in?
They're in decent condition. They're made of solid iron.
Dusty or
Not exactly actually. They look like they may have been used fairly recently.
okay. Well, if they were used recently, that means that the most recently used place is unfortunately probably our best bet.
No, worth a shot.
maybe best to prepare for a fight.
I've already got my sword drawn, so I guess I'm ready.
As ready as I could be, besides putting up a blade ward, but that would only make us more of a target.
And louder. Shall we then?
So where do you go?
On the beaten path?
Down the beaten path.
So,
So you go over to the left-hand room?
Yeah. Quietly. Intentionally preparing for there to be someone.
Walking in, you see several tables. Oh, 1 second, let me... What's this sound like? I like that. Walking in, you see several tables covered in filthy dishes and silverware. Unidentifiable meat and gruel covers the tabletops, and bones and other refuse are scattered about the ground. 5 demons are dining as you enter.